We're pleased to be joined right now by the manager of the New York Mets, Luis Rojas. Luis, has to be exciting for you to have what seems to be a normal season ahead after what you went through as a first-year manager last year.
Yeah, Wayne, it's I'm super excited. It's been a blessing just to get out, get back here in San Lucie and also see the guys. We have a great group there. That just comes ready to go every day. And even though we're going through protocol and not doing all the things that we need to do to navigate through our day and get out there and practice and play games, I mean, it's just exciting each day. So I'm excited about it. I can't wait for the season to start.
Louis, I'm not going to pin you down to an opening day lineup, but the one you have out there against Houston today looks very much, without the DH, it could be an opening day lineup.
Well, it could be. It could be. Like there's so many variations that this could be one of the lineups that we may see in the regular season. So, like you mentioned, the DH, we do play some American League games this season. We're thinking that way, but there's a lot of variations. I mean, there's so much that guys have been regular in recent history that that we want to include in the lineup during the week. So there's just several variations. I mean, we could talk about tuning, we could talk about just the guy that's swinging a hot bat, but there's definitely a lot of variations.
Who are some of the guys in camp so far that are maybe new to you that you haven't really seen before that have stood out?
Well, a lot of them, Wayne. A lot of them. I mean, early starting with our young prospects. I mean, that was exciting to watch them play. I mean, they're not around as often. Now they're only coming and joining us for the games. But every single name that I can mention from our prospects, or early in camp, they were pretty exciting to watch. But now the guys that we acquire in the off season, they're also being very exciting to watch on a daily basis and learn them in the clubhouse and the way they carry themselves and some of the things that they bring to the team, not only on the field. But James McCann has been really pleasant to be around throughout camp, and even from the offseason throughout camp. Kevin Pillar, Alvaro Mora, they're performing really well in camp. It's just been great to learn. I think everyone is just working hard, getting to know these guys and seeing how they go about their business too, because these guys have experience from other organizations and they've been successful in their careers, and they're out there making plays, playing really hard. So there's almost been like another type of ignition that been included to the team, knowing that we also had a good personnel coming into the 2021 season from last year.
Louis, on the prospects, I've been impressed by the poise and maturity of some. Matthew Allen doesn't seem like a 19-year-old. Pete Crow-Armstrong doesn't seem like a 20-year-old. Brett Beatty, all of them. It's amazing where they are at this point in their career.
Yes, I agree. And you see the poise, right? Like you said, the poise is phenomenal. Yes, they're on the field. They're grinding at bat. They're in the middle of that. I mean, they look as an experienced player. Like Crow-Armstrong did not play last year. We didn't have a minor league season, so it's just that's special to see the level of comfort where this kid is, as far as like knowing his abilities, but at the same time staying humble, knowing that he's learning in this game, and this is just a great experience for him. So, guy like Allen and Crow-Armstrong that you single out, great example. Along with the other guys, I mean, their abilities are off the chart, but the way they handle themselves, it's been impressive.
The highlight of the offseason really had to be bringing in Francisco Lindor, along with Carlos Carrasco from Cleveland. But Lindor is the showstopper. He's the guy that's going to be the shortstop for this team this year. I know you've talked a lot about Francisco being an extra coach on the field and in the dugout so far this camp, but we're talking about a guy who's only been around the team for not even a month now. So how do you think that will continue to mature as the season goes along, and what his role will look like as a leader on this team when you think ahead to July, August, and September?
He's just perfect. That's the best way to describe it. And I know I talked about McCann, O'Mora, and Pilar coming in, but this guy, he's coming in with a winning mentality, and we all want to win. I mean, here in the team, our fan base, we all want to win, and this kid is coming with a lot of winning experience, great abilities, and I didn't know his personality until we spoke on the phone for the first time after acquiring him, and immediately I felt that energy and that winning mentality. And that's exactly what he's brought from day one. He's been consistent. I expect him to be consistent throughout. That's just his personality. And he demands himself the best each day, and he demands his teammates the best each day. That's why we joke sometimes with Coach Lindor, because he the same way we challenge our players to be their best version each day, he does it with his teammates and to himself.
Louis, I know the other guy in the trade, Carlos Carrasco, has said he'll be ready for opening day. You're probably going to hedge your bets a little bit and watch and see what happens. But does he have enough time to get the reps in, do you think, to be there opening week, say?
Well, he's confident. And once again, we're relying on his experience. We're confident. We're talking when I have further conversations with his build-up, with his progression. He threw aside today 18 pitches, and he felt great. So everything that he said, how he was going to be, it's gone just like that. And, so he feels that he's going to be there when the season starts. And we feel that he's going to be there when the season starts. So we'll just follow through his progression. Next step is to throw a live in a couple of days. And then, we'll see if we can include him in games, whether it's the backfields having a sim game, or whether we're going to have him play.
If Carrasco is ready to go for the first week of the season, what does your rotation look like? We know Stroman and Walker and DeGrom have spots. Obviously, Carrasco would be another one. So who's in the lead right now, do you think, for that fifth spot?
That's a tough one. We know that Peterson's earned the right to be there. We can talk about that and expand on that conversation. He pitched the other day. He let some pitch out over the middle of the plate, but the stuff is there. He's throwing mid-90s. He's got the slider, and now the changeup touch. It's gotten a lot better, and he's flipping the curveball every now and then as well. So he's expanding his repertoire a little more, and probably going to increase the percentages of some pitches just to have some more in the opposing hitter's head. But you gotta say that he's the top guy for that fifth spot. But the race is tight because you have a guy like Yamamoto who's been pitching consistently too, and you also have a guy like Lucchesi through the other day, and he cruised through 2 innings. So we're looking at it to develop more in the next week, and then we'll be probably closer for that decision.
Louis, you mentioned Yamamoto, Lucchesi is there, Eichhoff. You have depth in your pitching staff, and I think every team in baseball is going to need that this year, coming off a short season last year. But when you have a Jacob deGrom who goes for you today, he's going to want to be out there every 5 days. Is that the plan with him, with an occasional day off mixed in and giving him a little breather that way?
We'll see. I mean, you said it. Jake likes to throw every 5 days. He doesn't want that disrupted, and it's tough to have a guy pitch an extra day sometimes. But those are things that are going to come in the season. There'll be some days off in the mix that sometimes, especially at the beginning, the so-called rain days, the first month, that will push some guys a little further. But we'll find a way to manage around that and have the conversations we need to have, and have the guys prepared so they can come back and be the best version of themselves. But the other depth I didn't mention is Eichhoff and Corey Oswalt too. Like he looked really, really well in this last outing. And those are other depths, other guys that are part of our depth, that are right now opening eyes the way they're throwing the ball. But yeah, it's we'll have to get there and see if anything is going to be different as far as like having a full, like the consistent five-man rotation with the 5 days.
All right, Mets manager Luis Rojas. Luis, good luck on your preparation for opening day. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks for having me, guys. Pleasure talking to you too. Take care.
Thanks, Louis.